In an effort to lower gas prices for American families ahead of the summer driving season, and it's anticipated to be a busy one, the Biden administration says it is releasing 1 million barrels of gasoline from an oil reserve in the Northeast, hopefully putting the fuel into local gas stations by July 4th. The announcement comes as Gas Buddy reports the national average price for a gallon of regular today at $3.62. That's up from a cent a year ago, and significantly up from May gas prices that we saw at the end of the Trump administration and beginning of the Biden administration from 2020 to 2021. Well, now a conservative group, Americans for Prosperity, is criticizing the release of these barrels, saying it is reckless and irresponsible abuse of a reserve that is intended for natural disasters and acts of war. The group is also partnering with select gas stations across the country for a price break event where gas is being temporarily dropped to as low as $2.38 a gallon, or as the group says, what they were before Bidenomics. I spoke with one of the owners of a participating gas station for this event in Trenton, Ohio. Here's what Todd Daniels told me.
We're a small town, so it's a big deal. You know, they line up. They're already talking about it. We got a little coffee shop here in the store, and they're all sitting in there right now talking about it. You know, it's just exciting. I'm not trying to send any message except cheap gas rules. You know, people like cheap gas, and if we can get it down there for them, I am more than happy to help out.
Joining me now, a member of that group, Ken Strang. He is Managing Director for Americans for Prosperity. Good morning. Cheap gas rules. So if they're opening up more of this reserve, why might not that be a good thing in your mind?
Well, it's for emergencies. It's not to score political points for Joe Biden to artificially lower gas prices ahead of an election. And so it's reckless. It's not a great idea, and it's just going to harm Americans because Joe Biden doesn't want to fix the problem of gas prices. He wants to give handouts to green energy companies with your tax dollars.
This is just a small fraction, though, of what is in the reserve. So does it have that big of a difference? Does it really create a risk that wouldn't be able to be mitigated if there were an emergency?
Well, I think we would go back to what is the purpose? The Strategic Petroleum Reserve is in case of emergencies. Joe Biden's polling numbers are not an American emergency. They might be for him, but they're not for our country. And it's not a good way to use those reserves. It's not what it's intended for, and it's not for political points.
Your group is trying to score political points, though, by lowering gas prices. And again, low gas rules. We want cheaper gas. Tell me about what you all are doing and how you select the stations participating.
Sure. Well, when Joe Biden took office, the national average of a gallon of gas was $2.38. And what we're doing is we're going across the country ahead of Memorial Day. There are going to be record number of people traveling as they head out on the road and pack up their family. And we want to give them an inflation adjusted discount on their gas and roll back the price of gas from its current price all the way down to $2.38 to show them how inflation and Biden's reckless policies have made gas more expensive and are harming American families. So we work with folks like what you just saw, independent gas station owners who want to provide that discount, who are members of their community and want to show Americans what it was like before we had Joe Biden's policies and Bidenomics.
How do you select the gas stations to participate? I know there's strategy involved in the locations.
Well, sure, there's strategy involved, but also Americans for Prosperity has 37 chapters across the country and permanent grassroots staff in those states. And they work with their local leaders. And yeah, of course, we're looking to places where we can talk to folks about the higher prices they're paying in places like Pennsylvania and Ohio and others to connect them to the problems and the solutions.
And what can we expect going into what is anticipated to be a very busy summer month for travel? We've got Memorial Day coming up. July 4th is right around the corner. Will we be seeing more of this throughout the summer and as we get closer to Election Day?
Sure. We wanted to make a big push ahead of Memorial Day and talk about higher gas prices. But as you mentioned, Independence Day is coming soon. It's another great inflection point for folks to go hit the road. And so if you will visit Bidenomics.com, which is our website, you can find all the gas station rollback events that we're having across the country and certainly get there early, get in line and remember what it was like before Joe Biden was president.
Yeah, political ploys on both sides. But if you're saving some money on gas, few will argue with that. Kent, thanks for being here. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.